Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a homemade dye to dye pretty much any kind of fabric that you want. And today I'll just be dyeing some sheer curtains. And what we're going to need is we're going to need an old spoon, pitcher of water, and color paint that you like. I'm using the Apple Barrel acrylic. It's only 50 cents. And these curtains I just got at a thrift store. And you're also going to need a plastic tub. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take our water. You don't want to pour too much water. Just enough to cover both of your curtains if you're doing two or just one garment. So I'm going to need most of that. Okay, for one garment you want to do basically half of the water that I put in here, just enough to cover it. You don't want to overdo it because the more water you put in, the more paint you have to put in. Okay, and so what I want to be doing is I'm wanting to do like a light blue on my curtains. So I'm going to pretty much put in all of my blue paint, all the light paint. Squeeze it all out in there. Keep on squeezing. Okay. Still more in there. We're just gonna give it a little beat on the table here. Okay. There we go. Alright, and then with our other blue, just a little darker and everything, I'm going to have to set you guys down for just a second so I can open it. Okay, so, got my darker paint open, and I don't want to add as much as I did the other one. The other one was like a half bottle, but this one I just want to go around just a couple times. Just a little more, there we go. Pretty much until you get the color that you're wanting. Just taking my wooden spoon and I'm mixing it up real good. And you're going to see your paint. You want to get all your paint chunks out. I don't know if you guys can see them. Yeah, you see those little chunks in there? We want all those out. You can't do nothing with those in there. Okay, so we're just going to continue to mix it up real good. And as you see, the color's getting darker, which is great, and that's pretty much the color that I'm wanting to be doing. I'm wanting to do like in between like an aqua blue and a sky blue curtain. Keep on mixing. It takes a few minutes. And I do suggest gloves with this. I did forget to mention that. I do suggest gloves because you're going to have to put your hand in there to squeeze it out. But with me, you know, I don't really mind my hands getting dirty, but if you don't want your hands getting dirty, use gloves. Okay, so I think we almost got our paint out, and you just look in here to see if you see anything floating, the bubbles. Only thing I see are bubbles. Give it a few more turns just to make sure. Alright. Alright, and I'm just going to set my spoon over here in my little container. Alright, and what we're going to do is I have like the 84 length curtain. Okay? Oh, you see what I see? Missed some. Need to stir that just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, let's sit here for a second and see if we see any colors pop up that we don't want in there. Nope, I think we're good. Alright. So, I have my 84 length curtain. It's sheer, see-through. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take just a little bit at a time with my spoon And I'm going to just continue to just like pull and dunk it in there with my spoon. Maybe grab it just a little bit at the end to give it a little more in there. Okay? Because you want to do this part right here kind of slowish. You don't want to go too fast on it, because you want to make sure it's all covered evenly. Like when I bring up the bottom part that I've already dunked in, you can already see that it's starting to turn from the white to the light blue. Okay? So we're just going to continue just to stick this in here nice and slow. Alright, and just make sure that it's not folded. You do not want it folded. So you want it pretty much hanging around like that. We're going to throw a little bit more in there. Alright, and we're just going to dunk it down. Make sure all of that beautiful stuff goes through. Okay. The goal here is just to get it wet at the moment and in there. Okay. I'm going to add some more curtain. Alright, we're going to press that down in there too. Now to me, I'm going for more like the, not really a tie-dye look, but more like a faded through look. But if you do want a solid look and everything, you know, pretty much you just have to leave it in longer. Just make sure that you get everything nice and even in here. And I cannot wait to show you guys the finished curtain when it's all said and done and dried. Okay. Just still mashing my curtain down in here. Okay. Very nice and beautiful. Getting all my nice cover, all nice and covered. Alright. So once your curtain is nicely and pushed down in there, we are going to let this set. But every so often you have to come back and stir it. Like flip it over a little bit. That way you make sure that you're getting a nice look that you're wanting to get. Like so. And we're going to let this sit about 30 minutes or so. And we're going to come back and we're going to flip the whole curtain over and get the top part down in the very bottom. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes. And you see how like it's a little lighter down here and darker down there. So the only thing that we're going to do is we're just going to flip them over. Give them a little scrunch action here. Massage them just a little bit. Make sure they're all down there nice and pretty. Alright. Let that set for another 30 minutes or so. And then we'll come back and show you what it's like. Okay, after turning it, this is what we got. So what we're going to do is I have just a simple round laundry basket and a blanket. You want to do like a softer kind, but dark, so it don't ruin the blanket. And you don't fade out your curtains. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply pull the, yep, there we go. Alright, blanket into the basket, making like a little cubby for our curtain. Okay? And then we are going to gently squeeze, just making sure none of the extra water is in there. And I know it looks a little lighter on camera, but to me it's like a more sky blue, and it looks more even. It's just the way that the light is hitting it. Of course, you see the little water bubbles there that we're going to squeeze out. And then after all that, that's what we're going to have, is like a light sky blue. curtain. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Place it over here, and we're going to dry it on a regular dryer setting, and then we're going to look at the results. Alright, and here's our leftover water. That's in the dryer drying. And while we wait for that to come out, I have just a t-shirt here. It's from Ocean City. Just a plain white t-shirt. And so this don't go to waste. We're just going to dunk this in here. Give it a nice even coat. Make it all blue. And you can see that it don't damage this part at all. But it just makes the shirt blue. With all the white, you want to make sure that everything is covered by the paint by just dunking. We're going to let that soak while that's drying. Then we're going to give this a dry. Okay, t-shirt is completely done. So what we're going to do is we're going to wring this out with our hands. And we're going to put it in just an old pillowcase that you have that you don't care about. And put it in the dryer. But first, we're going to go over here. And we're going to show you the results of the curtains. Okay, and you see the dryer and everything. You will get this like little blue on the outside here, but that will come off and everything. So here are the curtains. A nice Caribbean blue color. How gorgeous is that? So beautiful. I love that color. Turned out real nice. Nothing getting on my hands. Real beautiful color. Beautiful. And you see that our blanket did not get damaged. Alright, but we're going to leave that in there because we're going to wring out our shirt. And we're going to put that in there as well. I've done here, just to show you guys real quick, that the leftover, that stuff is still good and will continue to be good for a while. So what I've done is I just put a lid on it. And I'm going to store it just, you know, at room temperature, whatever temperature your house is. Just to make sure that no dust gets in there. Just in case I want to dye something else. But when it gets probably about 3 days old, you want to dump this out. Because then bacteria and everything like that will start to grow. And you don't want that. So this is good for another day or two. So we're just going to leave this in just in case we find something else to dye. Okay, here's my finished product. All dried and hanged. A nice light Caribbean blue color. See if you can see it. There we go. How pretty blue that is. Exactly the color I wanted it. Looking good. Oh, there we go. You can definitely see in the shadow there when we bunch it up. The color blue right there. That's what I'm seeing. The one in the middle. Looking very nice. Very nice. Exactly the way I wanted it. Awesome. Oh. And this is what my whole window looks like. Just redecorating. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to my video. And let me know how it done for you. Have a good one. Okay. Here's the finished shirt that we got done dyeing. It's still a little wet up through here. I still need to dry it just a little bit more. This part right down here is dry. And I think it looks awesome.